6 करोड़ लायबिलिटी, अब जिस फैक्ट्री को गोइंका नहीं चला सके उसको मैं क्या चला लूंगा?
Divides to a 25-30-year-old who has 10 lakhs of rupees.
40% he should invest in those assets which he will not touch for next 10 years. The biggest wealth myth in the world is आप पैसे को गोल्ड और रियल एस्टेट में इन्वेस्ट कर दो, वो बढ़ जाएगा.
Why do people hate money?
People don't hate money. Those who do not have, they jealous money. My kids said, all of us are MBA. Papa, you could have asked us. And you know what was my reply? I have not inherited a single penny from my forefathers. This is my own earned money.
Welcome to yet another episode of Rich Enough with Tapan. And let's go into the Fire 20 questions. But before that, we have a very special guest which I would like to introduce to you, my friend, philosopher and guide, Pawan Bhaiya.
Namaste.
Pawan Bhaiya, I met you. I was so impressed with you. I think it was the talk show at Tolligan's Club, War Beyond Borders. Sir, that day you made a very interesting comment about me. And you said something about a clone. Can you tell me what it was? Refresh my memory.
Look here. I remember very well you were moderating the program the other day. आपके हाव चाव, आपके बोलने के स्टाइल, आपका ऑरा, आपके collections of clothes and selections of clothes, the colors which at Gen X, you will not find people dare to wear. They believe more in sober colors, but you were always, I have found you in loud colors.
Is this a loud color?
But this is not a sober color too. So I thought that what Patodia was at the age I will not discuss, but is same. So 10 years down the line, when you come closer to my age, I think you will be a bigger. Then people may say that I was a clone of you.
Never will happen, sir. Let's jump into the questions which our audience are interested to hear. Sir, question number one, what is your age?
Sir, looking at my attitude, looking at my style, looking at the way I live the life, what do you think my age is?
Sir, I think you look 30.
That's a joke. Leave aside the joke. See, as per the brackets created by all this Gen Z, I fall in baby boomers. But from the heart, energy, and the way I do the work, I feel I'm still Gen Z. And disclosing the actual age is not needed anymore because age is just a number.
Age is a number. Sir, another number we will talk about. What is your approximate net worth?
Sir, I do not believe in network concept because that is quite dicey as a chartered accountant, I feel. We believe in cash flows and impact network because impact network is network plus the society you have influenced and the work which you are doing that will be remembered. That is more important. At 60 plus, net worth is no more a criteria. It is in the childhood time. Net worth kitna ho gaya. That was the criteria. Now the thing is how much of impact I can make.
हम पिछले बार एक पॉडकास्ट कर रहे थे विद आलोक कुमार जी. उन्होंने हमको ये पूछा कि आपके पास कितनी संपत्ति है. तो मैंने कहा था उस दिन कि आई हैव मच लेस देन व्हाट पीपल इमेजिन एंड मच मोर देन व्हाट आई नीड. I think your philosophy is in the impact net worth is a very interesting concept. I will understand it more from you. Sir, I'm living a financially free life, what we call FIRE, financially independent retired early. I retired at the age of 50, 5 years back. So, at what net worth did you start feeling that you're financially free? I just need this for my audience to understand what could be that number for them.
Dekhe, I'm a chartered accountant, so I always believed the day I have my net worth, which is at least 25 times of my annual expenditure and extra contingent liability which may come on me. And why this 25 times? Assuming a IRR of 7%, which is safe, and inflation of 3%. So 4% net net I gain every year. So 25 lakh times ka is 100%. So my corpus will remain intact. full
Inflation proof.
yes. Number two, I think people are forgetting one more reason. When your health insurance of you and your family is good enough to cover your expenses 20 years down the line, because insurance expenses are increasing 18% per annum.
Very high.
So if you don't have that provision, you are a poor man. Because one big illness in the family and you will be thrown out. That's number one. Number two, we are not immortals. So when your term insurance is at least 25 times of your annual growth and annual income, that is the point you should declare that I'm financially independent. So when all this happened at the age of 40, I decided that now I will live life and I'll work for meaningful purpose rather than a hustler.
Very interesting, sir. The important thing here is that the 4% rule or the 20x rule, as you like to call it, basically what it means is that you should be covered for your annual expenses plus the hedge of inflation should be your IRR somehow. And 7% is a very conservative number you have taken. But so the critical question here is, what is your monthly spending or what is your annual spending?
सर देखो, आई कम फ्रॉम अ बीपीएल फैमिली. बहुत से शौक, बहुत सी खुशियां, बहुत दबा के रखे थे. So today, I live my life to the fullest. When I believe in holidays, I go for exotic holidays. And I believe that whatever I could not fulfill or whatever I could not buy at that age, I'm doing all those things. So today, it is not the question should be what is my expenditure rather than do I have enough to maintain this lifestyle hereinafter? And by grace of God, on camera, I am saying I am a fortunate ones that I have enough money which will keep my lifestyle going because सीढ़ी चढ़ना बहुत आसान होता है. And there is no end of demands. People have demands. You have to draw a line that within these guidelines I will work so that you can inflate it, you can increase it. But God say, a situation should never come in your life where you have to take a reverse turn. So I am at that stage of life where reversal of lifestyle will never be needed.
Absolutely. That is the mantra of financial freedom. So the question itself becomes redundant, which I had thought of asking you, is if income stopped, how many years would you be able to survive financially? The answer is obviously infinity.
No, I have said that the day I had 25 times purpose. Now, I don't believe in retirement because I'm not a man who can retire. And in today's world, you don't need capital to create another empire. What you need is clearness of thought in today's world of AI. And with the knowledge of accountancy and taxation I have, and the expertise I have in reconstructions of businesses, I think I can build my empire any day. And as far as backup is concerned, I gave you the answer, sir, that with 7% inflation and 3%, as long as 7% IRR and 3% inflation, my corpus will remain indefinitely the same.
Very interesting. In fact, this is the same thing I was talking to Suman the other day, is that we are actually unafraid of losing the money also. Because we have created it once, we can create it again, we can create it again. So financially free people have one thing, they know how to create wealth, and because they have created it once, not by fluke, they can create it again and again. This is the
No,
same.
I will differ here.
They cannot create again.
No, they can 100%. There's no doubt about it. See, when you created first time the wealth, you were against the world. Neither you had name, nor you had networking, nor you had resources. After living 25 years of a successful entrepreneur, today you have resources, you have networking. So I think Bouncing back today is much easier than at that time.
Correct. So, in fact, you don't differ. You, in fact, agree.
I agree, but I say it is rather easier.
Easier, easier. Um, Part two, I would like to talk about the origin story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please.
You already said, uh, probably jokingly, that you are from a BPL
No, I
family.
am indeed.
You are indeed. So, what was your family financial situation when you were growing up as a 14-year-old, as a 24-year-old, as a 30-year-old?
See, we were once upon a time the richest person of East Pakistan, which is now Bangladesh. In 71 war, we had to run away from Bangladesh because Hindus were not safe. And that is the time our entire wealth was left there. So we had to pass through a very financially stressed life. And some people are not that lucky that in the first business or second business, what they do, they get success. So my parents and me have passed through a financial stress life. We were meeting both ends, but we did not have the freedom to live life as we want. And it is now, if you have to ask me, I will say that the lessons I learned in that scarcity is far more than I would have learned if I would have born with a golden spoon. Because that time I realized what is passionate about your work and how do you preserve the wealth. You see the real faces of wealth and you will learn the resilience that and the discipline. A man who is born with a golden spoon, you will always find he's pampered. And because of his pampered, his tolerance power goes down. And those who are hustlers, they have high tolerance power.
Tenacity. Sir, you must have learned a lot of uh, financial wisdom from your parents. You know, being a Marwadi like me, we learn a lot of things from generational knowledge which is passed on through parents. Is there any particular financial mistake your parents made which you would like to share?
See, I will put it this way, Tapanji. We did not have enough where we can make financial mistakes. So the question is, I put it
Yes, that could also be the financial
no,
mistake.
I'm telling you. So when you are having five children, their education, their living itself is a big burden on any parents. But having said that, what I learned from my parents was that जिंदगी में नियत साफ रखना, वर्क विथ ऑनेस्टी, पैसा आएगा। सरस्वती की उपासना करना, पैसा आएगा। जहां सरस्वती है वहां लक्ष्मी आएगी और आई, लेकिन जहां लक्ष्मी है वहां सरस्वती आएगी जरूरी नहीं है। बट दिस कैन नॉट बी द एक्सक्यूज। Whatever little saving they had, because of orthodox feeling, over conservative, they put that money always in FDs and secured. They did not believe in compounding of income, and that is the main reason they couldn't do compounding.
The magic of compounding.
Yeah.
And in fact, I did a podcast, I did a reel in which I told that FD, which we think is the most secure asset, actually is the most insecure asset, guaranteed to fail asset. And I'll tell you why I said it. Is because, first of all, you are taxed on FD income at your tax rate. Plus, after that taxation, the amount that remains, the percentage, is lower than inflation. So your FD amount today and your FD purchasing power of the same amount after 5 years is actually lower. So the safest investment, which some of the conservative people think, is actually the confirmed fail formula.
See, I tell you, I rectified it many places. Today, when we talk of IRR and we talk of net present value, NPV, it means a future earning discounted at a particular rate to let you know what is your actual earning. See, in my case, I don't know whether you are aware of or not. I have been saying two things to my followers and friends. ₹1,000 becomes 100 crore in 100 years. ₹1,000 becomes 100 crore in 100 years. And most of the people who heard it, वो अपने दादा को, परदादा को गाली देते हुए बात को भूल गए. Now I tell you, if you take 14% IRR 20 years back, it was very easy.
Very
And rule of 72 says that anything to divide with 72, you will know the year of number. So 14 is 5 times. So 20 times. 2000, 4000, 8000, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 10 lakhs, 24,000. 50 years gone. 20 lakhs, 40 lakhs, 80 lakh, 160. I was not the one who was following their style of thinking. When I had first 1 crore 60 lakh, I invested in high risk interest bearing investments. In 30 years, it will become 100 crores. I didn't stop there. 320, 640. So 80 years is gone. 12, 80. Only 15 years left. 1280 से 2560, 5160, 102 करोड़. मैंने अनदर इन्वेस्टमेंट किया 2560 का और ये 100 करोड़ बने. ये 100 करोड़ बने. So no one knows better than me the law of compounding. Number 2, पहले पीएफ की रेट होती थी 12%. Government gradually reduced this to 8 and 5.5% at that time. चाय पर चर्चा कर लोग डिस्कस कर लेते थे, गवर्नमेंट एटा कोरे दिए छे, गवर्नमेंट ओटा कोरे दिए छे. But I realized that all my dreams will be shattered because I was investing 3,60,000 and I had planned that if I invest for 15 years, roll it over 2 times, 5 years each. In 25 years, I will have 3 crores. Why I need 3 crores? 1 crore for marrying my daughter, 1 crore for marrying my son, and 1 crore because वो मेरे को बेवकूफ समझेंगे कि मेरा बाप बेवकूफ था, उसको पैसे की कदर नहीं थी, उसको पैसा कमाना नहीं आता था. तो वो 1 करोड़ अपने बच्चों को दूंगा बिजनेस करने के लिए ताकि वो बर्बाद करके वापस आ सके. सो दैट वाज माय ड्रीम. और मुझे लगा विद दिस रेट चेंज माय कॉर्पस विल बी आफ्टर 25 इयर्स ओनली 1 करोड़ 45 lakhs. गवर्नमेंट ने मेरे 1 करोड़ 55 लाख ले लिए मजाक मजाक में. I didn't stop there. I increased this amount from 360 to 480 and the corpus became 3 crore in 25 years. And that is the day I bought my house because I did not believe in taxing the cash flow of the firm in which you are working for your personal needs. And I have never taxed. I have never drawn the profit for my personal reasons. But I was a die-hard man who always drew excess liquidity from the system and invested it outside. And I have always left my business struggling for finance, though I was a billionaire. Because excess finance means uncontrolled inventory, unpowered increase in receivables, and these are the cause of failures.
So you were just telling me about your children. So how many children do you have and where are they now?
I have 2 children, sir. One daughter and one son. Both are married. So my financial freedom is actually complete after marrying both the childrens. And by grace of God, sir, they are highly educated and well settled in life. Two of them, my son and my daughter-in-law, they are in Bombay. My daughter and my son-in-law, they are in Mangalore.
Very good. तो सर ये बताइए कि what was your first income?
In a real life, if you ask me what was my first income, that was the stipend check of my chartered accountancy course.
And that is why you are wearing that CA badge.
Yes, sir. I always say whatever I am today, it is all because I'm a CA. Because you'd never realize that how education helps you in decision making. We'll discuss that some other day. And that was 30 rupees, sir. But that gave me sense of pride, what independence could be. वो 30 रुपया भी मुझे लग रहा था मुझे किसी को जवाब नहीं देना है.
चलिए वो तो टेक्निकल फर्स्ट इनकम हुआ, बट व्हाट इज योर रियल फर्स्ट इनकम?
1800 rupees per month, and that was also in the year 1986 after passing out chartered accountancy.
सर हमको एक हमारे स्टूडियो आर्टिस्ट ने पूछा कुछ दिन पहले कि मेरी सैलरी 20,000 रुपये है, किसी तरह से गुजारा होता है, हम सेविंग कैसे करें, हम अमीर कैसे बने? What do you have to say to my studio artist? I gave him my reply that day.
I will give you a reply in two parts. I did not become big man because of hunger for money. I became big because I realized after achieving a certain post, there was a lot of resistance in the society. And to create the impact, you have to come from a particular class. And that was the reason मेरे में जुनून हो गया मुझे पैसे वाला बनना है. And that is how I became.
To have influence on that section of society.
देखिए, माया तेरे तीन नाम परसों परसा परशुराम, इसका मतलब होता है कि जब तक आदमी पैसा नहीं कमाता उसको बोलता है, "ए परसा इधर आ, 2 कप चाय ले आना।" जब वो पैसे थोड़े कमा लेता है, "अरे परसू बेटा काम कर दे।" और वो जब वो बड़ा आदमी होता है, "अरे ये तो परशुराम जी है, आइए आइए परशुराम जी।" तो इसको वो हमारे मारवाड़ी में बोलते हैं, माया तेरे तीन नाम परसों परसा परशुराम। तो आदमी की इज्जत आज की दुनिया में अनफॉर्चुनेटली आपकी नेटवर्थ से होती है, और वो नेटवर्थ आज की दुनिया जो आजमाइश करती है, वो आपके जूते को देखकर, आपके गॉगल्स को देखकर, आपका देयर इज अ सेइंग इन द रिच क्लास दैट यू आर नोन वेल्दी बाय योर ड्रेस एंड योर एड्रेस। तो सर, इसलिए मैं अच्छे ड्रेसेस पहनता हूं, और मेरा एड्रेस बहुत सिंपल है, 18/2 अलीपुर रोड। सर, ड्रेस एंड एड्रेस, दैट्स वन थिंग। नंबर टू, coming to your second part of question. See, small benefit, small savings create miracles apart from compounding. I can give you 100 numbers of example that if somebody would have invested a meager 3,000 rupees about 20 years back in any securities, today it would have been more than 50 lakhs. Up, leave aside 2 5 who were not even worth investing at that time also. The problem is people feel that they have a very long life. So why to be in a hurry for savings? They do not realize three things. Number one, illness घड़ी देख के नहीं आती, मिसफॉर्चून घड़ी देख के नहीं आता। आज जेंजी सबसे ज्यादा मेंटल हेल्थ से प्रॉब्लम में है। क्यों? बिकॉज दे आर ऑलवेज स्केर्ड बिकॉज ऑफ एआई। हमको नौकरी रहेगी नहीं रहेगी, वेदर दे आर एमबीए, वेदर दे आर इंजीनियर। सो द नेक्सस हैज चेंज सर। अर्लियर क्या होता था तपन जी? देयर वाज अ मिथ कि अगर आप डॉक्टर बन गए, एमबीए बन गए, चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट बन गए, पैसा तो आ जाएगा। आज आप कुछ भी हो, आई कैन कोट thousands of MBAs struggling for a job. So there is change with every decade, and you have to anticipate that.
Now let's come to the third section about wealth creation. So my question to you is, what is your biggest wealth decision?
I'll reply this again in two parts. I was doing science, and somehow or other I felt that I cannot be a good doctor. So rather than continuing with science and doing a thing which is not suiting with your thought process, I shifted to doing chartered accountancy and commerce. That one decision changed my life because I could understand the numbers very well.
Although it was not a financial decision, but it was the most important decision that led to your financial success. Uh,
And the financial decision which changed my life was when my bosses declared bankruptcy. They offered one of their Calcutta factory to me. The rest of the fact, we had 14 factories we had given to bank. Let you can sell the factory. We have no capacity because these factories were closed under a suo motu call by amicus curiae, and that is why these factories, they think 2,700 factories were closed. But Calcutta factory had excess liabilities and gratuity was must. for payment in Calcutta. You know the labor law.
It is still must.
So my boss advised me, Pawan, you take over this factory. This is your single chance of becoming entrepreneur. I said, this is clear. 6 crore liability. और जिस फैक्ट्री को गोइंका नहीं चला सके उसको मैं क्या चला लूंगा. He said, think over. That time I took a risk. By any virtue of imaginations, I cannot call it a good decision. Though that decision made me billionaire in 3 years. But taking a risk bigger than life is not the quality of a successful man. After you are becoming successful, you should take mediocre risk. And I took bigger risk of my life. That time I was getting a job of 1.10 crores. I'm talking in 2000. And I opted for a factory which was loss making and having extra liability. But when your intentions are good, sometimes God also feels. He did not take the risk just for trying. He took the risk because he wanted to bail out somebody. And when you have good intentions, it pays you well. So that one decision to become an entrepreneur at 2004 has changed my life.
Sir, what is your main source of income today?
See, my biggest income today is लोगों के स्टार्टअप में पैसे लगाता हूँ. They work for me and they generate more wealth for me than I could have generated myself. So this is called asset light. I'm an asset light company.
In fact, Robert Kiyosaki, in his book Rich Dad Poor Dad, he talked about the four quadrants. You talked of the three of those you talked about. The first is the employee quadrant.
Yeah, I know.
The second is the self-employed quadrant, which a lot of people think is called business. Most of the people who are running their own business are self-employed, not running a business. The third quadrant is business. And the fourth quadrant is investor. And investor has the second part to the fourth quadrant, which is royalty income. So, in fact, I am now trying to do four part two, trying to create something from royalty income by writing a book and doing some social media work.
No, I have many startups which are doing exceptionally well, and the wealth has multiplied 8 to 10 times in last 4 years.
Sir, if you had to earn 1 crore today, the first 1 crore, how would you do it today?
देखिए, किसी को कमाना हो 1 करोड़ तो डिपेंड करता है व्हाट इज हिज पास्ट अचीवमेंट्स. From starting without using his resources, if somebody has to come out 1 lakh today, you have to see what is his past achievements of life. Based on that, you get opportunities. Now, I can give you example on myself. I am a chartered accountant who has passed this exam in 1986, so exactly 40 years back. Now, if you see the schedule charts of chartered accountant, even if I charge, like I say jokingly to everybody, that I charge 1.5 lakhs per hour, and I am capable of giving advices on many topics. So, earning 1 crore today with the networking, with the knowledge, with the upgradation of software and hardware every day I'm doing, I think today it is very, very easy. But for making 1 crore for a starter of career or for a mediocre of the career who was on a salary of 1.5 lakhs or 2 lakhs per month is a nightmare. Because when they earn 2 lakhs at the month end, they are broke.
Sir, what is the biggest wealth myth in the world?
The biggest wealth myth in the world is आप पैसे को गोल्ड और रियल एस्टेट में इन्वेस्ट कर दो और जमीन के नीचे गाड़ दो, वो बढ़ जाएगा. This is the talk which middle class people do. They put their hard earned money in real estates where the liquidity is zero. और जिस दिन आपको पैसे की जरूरत होती है उस दिन आपको डिस्ट्रेस सेल करना पड़ता है.
So let's come to the section of freedom. In the freedom, my most interesting question is, what is that splurge or the luxury that you did which you will never regret?
I'm a learned man, so till 40, I believed in saving at least 60% of what I'm earning. So there was no luxury till then. And after financial independence, What I felt is जिंदगी ना मिलेगी दोबारा, जी ले बेटा अपनी जिंदगी जी ले, जा सिमरन जा, जी ले अपनी जिंदगी। तो मैंने भी जी।
कुछ स्पेसिफिक बताना चाहेंगे सर कि ये मैंने
Exotic life,
नहीं स्पेसिफिक
take a overseas trip which is full on, एंड जैसे पिक्चरों में दिखाते थे ना कि आते वक्त 10 सूटकेस कपड़े खरीद के लाऊंगा। आई डिड दैट लाइक।
and you don't regret it obviously. What is it that you realized money can't buy?
Money cannot buy love of the family, money cannot buy friendship, money cannot buy trust, and money cannot buy peace. People feel that money can buy peace. देखिए, जिंदगी में एक बात आपको समझ के चलना पड़ेगा, with every success comes a tension of carrying that success. You have a mental pressure to take it further up. That's number one. Number two, it should not go down. In today's world, one mistake from you. One, you are famous all over the world by a hashtag, and it can kill your entire credibility. So, today, what I feel is money can buy everything, but you cannot compare money with love.
What can money buy?
Other than this, they can buy everything. Everything. You name it, and they buy it. You can buy luxury holidays, you can buy mansions, you can buy.
Is money a dirty word?
Depends at what age you are talking of. Till 45, money is the necessity of life. Between 45 to 50, uh, status is better than money. But after 60, money is just a commodity.
Is money the root of all evil?
No. To live the life, money is the vitamin M is the most important.
Why do people hate money?
People don't hate money. Those who do not have, they jealous money.
It's been such a pleasure talking to you, Pawan Bhaiya. We come to the last section. And my first question in the last section is, what is your most unpopular financial opinion?
The unpopular financial opinion is,
That means it is your financial opinion, but it is generally perceived as unpopular.
see, if you look at my life, people don't even play a financial decision even if they are 60% assured of success. But if you take my lifestyle, buying a volleyball team and investing 25 crore plus with no growth being seen in a cricket dominated nation. But इसमें भी दो चीजें सर, जितने पैसे आपने खर्चा किए, अगर आपके 2 करोड़ फैंस हो गए, तो कैक कॉस्ट ऑफ एक्विजिशन पर कस्टमर इज 12 रुपीज 50 पैसा। इससे सस्ता और क्या होगा? तो आपको अपने देखने का चश्मे का नंबर बदली करना है, एंड यू हैव टू सी द अपॉर्चुनिटी इन योर लॉसेस। As long as you see the defects in your decision making, you are not a good person. You see the opportunities it created for you. For some people, it is madness. The day I took this decision, even my wife said, Pawan, volleyball? Why? My kid said, all of us are MBA. Papa, you could have asked us. And you know what was my reply? I have not inherited a single penny from my forefathers. This is my own earned money.
What do poor people overspend on?
Poor people overspend on dikhawa. That is, they entangle themselves on unnecessary EMIs. EMIs for car, EMIs for iPhone, and now there is very popular EMI for overseas travel.
What do rich people buy that poor people don't understand?
Rich people buys long-term investments and they do not review their decisions unless something major has happened. Rich people believe in multiplying their wealth into different types of assets so that they believe that all their eggs should not be in one basket.
Sir, what is your advice to a 25, 30-year-old who has 10 lakhs of rupees?
That's a very good question, and I was waiting for one of such type questions. A man who's 25, he if he has 10 lakhs, I will advise him three parts. Part one, at least 3 lakh he should spend on upskilling himself because that will generate more income for him. Upskilling. Number two, 40% he should invest in those assets which he will not touch for next 10 years. Third, the balance 30% he should invest on all those dreams of himself of traveling this and that. And mind you, in this, house is not coming. In this buying of car, I'm not set. If you see the world, you capture new ideas and you are rejuvenated, and by which your energy level is higher.
What is the investment you would never make again?
I will not take a decision of investing in anything where the risk of getting the money back itself, forget the returns, is higher than more than 20%.
Do you have any regrets, sir? Any financial regret?
No, I have lived a very happy life in finances, and because I was a very uh, because of my knowledge of chartered accountancy, I was very dynamic in decision making, and I could weigh the pros and cons before taking the decisions.
So we've talked so much in about money. My last closing question for you is: can you give me a number, a specific number, at which a person stops chasing money and starts living life?
That's a very tricky question. Do you see all these five fingers equal?
No.
No. So if the five fingers of your own hand are not equal, how can be there one formula of equality which is prevailing for everybody? Somebody 5 crore wealth is good enough for retirement life, somebody 50 crore is not. The greed to earn more and more, to greed of your expectations of things, material things, is infinite. But what I feel is any amount which can replace you as if you are not existing in the world and can maintain the same status for your family, जीवन के साथ भी जीवन के बाद भी, that is the amount you can retire.
Thank you so much.